So in policy terms, I think we can take pretty much everything the panelists have said as read. These are definitely the factors that are captured across our national transport strategy and across a whole host of our other strategies. As you say, William, the Scottish Government certainly has ambition in this area. So I'll start briefly with where active travel sits here. We're in an agency, Transport Scotland, which is an arm's length body formed about 20 years ago this year that combines the transport delivery function, so our major infrastructure like trunk roads, motorways, railways, etc., with our transport policy making functions. So that's particularly around strategy, analysis, but also cross-cutting themes like accessibility and climate change. So I work in a unit of about 20 people in the Sustainable and Active Travel unit, and together we cover active travel infrastructure. So that includes a national cycle network, path networks, new schemes and improvements, etc. We cover bus infrastructure, so bus priority measures like bus lanes, bus gates, bus stops. We cover sustainable travel, so mobility as a service, micromobility, mobility hubs, and anything around journey integration. And finally, we've got my bit of the world. We cover so-called behaviour change, or the kind of the soft measures around promotion, confidence, skills and capabilities, the stuff that kind of makes and breaks the habits of choice around how we travel more sustainably once we've made those options available to people. So there's 5 of us in the team I work in. It's about a quarter of our overall headcount. We manage a budget of almost £24 million this year, and that covers our funding to local authorities. So there's 32 of them in Scotland across urban, rural, highlands and islands geographies, and regional transport partnerships, who are statutory regional groupings of local authorities, and there's 7 of those. And it also covers our national bikeability programme that provides cycle skills training for children and road user awareness training. And also through that programme, there's some national traffic monitoring and an open data portal as well. So the key thing you should take from that is that we're a small central policy team, and just about everything we do is delivered through local authorities and regional transport partnerships. So the work is nationally coordinated, but it's locally led. So we set that overall strategy and vision for the portfolio of investment. We provide the policy framework and the monitoring and evaluation frameworks, but the actual commissioning and delivery of those services are devolved. So that's where we get to perhaps the crux of this session, the community empowerment and what's actually needed at a neighbourhood level. Because of course, with the best will of the world, it's not something I can do or know for all of Scotland from behind my desk in Edinburgh. So through People and Place, which is what we call our behaviour change investment, we really emphasise the importance of what's called local outcome improvement plans. These are documents that encapsulate the goals and actions from community planning partnerships, which have a statutory basis as well, and they exist all across Scotland to improve outcomes for communities. So they're based on agreed local priorities developed with communities, and they're designed to tackle specific areas of concern and inequality. And what I've always been really keen to emphasise is that that inability to choose the cheapest, healthiest, most accessible and environmentally friendly ways of travelling to meet your everyday needs is a massive inequality of outcome. And so what we see is that even where communities might not talk directly about active travel plans, it's often at the heart of what they care about. So air pollution, noise pollution, social isolation, physical ill health, affordable access to goods, services, economic and social opportunities. Equitable access to active travel is a big factor in so many of these things. But those needs and barriers, while there's common themes, they differ on an almost postcode by postcode basis. And it's not just improvement plans, but there's regional and local transport strategies and infrastructure programs and health strategies and regeneration strategies, and it goes on. So what we offer is a great deal of flexibility with People and Place funding to meet these different needs in different contexts. And what we see from that is an overwhelming but inspirational variety of things. In some areas, it looks like strength and balance training for older people delivered through health and social care partnerships. And there's this tremendous virtuous circle, obviously, between walking for health and walking for transport policies. Or it might look like play workers walking with groups of kids to school in the morning, independent of their parents, building the kids' confidence and getting their parents to work on time. Or in some places, indeed, it looks like Beat the Streets, the Intelligent Health offer, and it looks like the school travel tracker that Living Streets provide. And it goes on and on. I couldn't scratch the surface in 5 minutes. We support hundreds and hundreds of projects and interventions across several themes, and they all contribute to Scottish Government goals across child poverty, the environment, population health, and it's done with community empowerment at the heart of it. It's an evolving system. It's not perfect, but there's a lot of dedicated people behind making it work right across the public, community, and third sector in Scotland.